welcome back. And we're moving into our final segment for today as we get to find out more about Employme Belize Limited. This is a brand new venture. We're going to get all the details by the two co-owners and founders here. We have Vanessa Harris and Elda Aharon, who are both behind this brand new venture. And we have a representative of the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Yorshabell, Cathouse, who will talk about how you guys are working along with this group to help people find jobs, essentially. Good morning and welcome, and thank you for being here.
Good morning, and thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So let's start off with the toughest question. How will this website help people who have been looking for jobs in newspapers, sending out blanket cover and resumes out to all businesses they can? How will this website help them find a job?
Very simple, very easy. It's basically out there. It's on the internet. Everybody has a phone today, a tablet, a computer. Everybody that's actually actively looking will be able to go on the website and look what is out there. On the other end, they can expose themselves and put themselves out there for the employers to see, I'm a good candidate, I'm looking for a job, look on my resume. If the job come up and you're interested, all you need to do, you can apply it from your LinkedIn profile, just to submit a resume. There's many ways to apply a job, and it's instantly basically messaged. The moment the employer posts an ad, you get notification to your email, hey, the new ad coming up. You go on the website, you apply, the employer get it immediately. He can click of a button, look on your resume, shortlist it if you like it, if he doesn't like it. Very simple.
Yeah. Now, what prompted you two to come together to decide to create Employme?
Well, we've known each other for a couple of years now here in Belize, and we have a working relationship, and so we often talk about business. And we got to talking about human resources, jobs, management, different things like that. And I am a business owner myself. And so I've gone through the process as well, hiring. And from there, we just thought up the idea of starting a company, specifically a website that will help aid employers to find the best job candidates. Our motto is finding what's right for you. And this also benefits the job candidates because, as we all know, the unemployment rate is rather high here in Belize, and that is a big issue. And so we wanted to come up with something, and we did come up with something that we hope that will help boost the job industry here in Belize.
Now, we often hear the perspective of people who are seeking jobs. They're trying to find employment, sometimes pretty much anywhere. What is it like from the employer stance? How difficult is it to find somebody who's the right fit for you? And how do you think, from the employer's perspective, this website will be helpful?
Well, when Employme approached the chamber for us to organize for them an event to share this launch of this new service, a job seekers engine, we readily bought into it. We thought that it's a very needed tool because employers do have a challenge finding employees for the right job.
Yeah.
It's a great challenge because, yes, you use the regular marketing means. We have the newspaper, the ads, but when you get the applications, I mean, you have a position for a marketing person, but you get applications from accountants, cashiers, so you don't have that match, the qualifications, the experience. So this tool, based on how it has been presented, is definitely employer matching with employee, and also vice versa. It should meet the country's needs and employers' needs.
Yeah.
For example, some of the tools for the employers, we have filters and categories, so you could be as specific as you need to be. There's no limitations. It's not like when you're posting an ad in a newspaper and you only have a certain space to fill. As an employer, you can be very specific on what you're looking for, and the search engine helps recommend candidates that will suit you or what you're looking for, and you can shortlist Even you can like certain resumes that you might want to put aside, or a candidate that stands out. We have managing tools basically online for the employers.
Is it going to be a paid service?
Basically, for candidates, it's completely free, and for employer, it's free as well. The service is free. The idea is the moment you post an ad, this is where you pay. Same as you go to the newspaper or any other source. When you want to pay for, when you need to pay for a service, the service is very, very cheap, I will say. We have several packages that we can offer you, how to post an ad and what type of ad you would like. If it's a normal ad or premium, bold, we will meet basically your requirements. But if you have a second, I would just you ask a question how the employer will act and how he feels. As employers in Belize before, what we basically experienced that you post an ad, maybe in a magazine, and you get a box into your office and your PO box, and it's like full with good, talented people. Everything is hard copy, very limited come with on an email, and it's very hard. The entire process is exhausting. To go, let's say 150 candidates, you read through everybody, and sometimes you miss someone which is really, really good. On the website, you go on your employer dashboard, you have a few clicks, and you say, I want him to have a bachelor degree, I want him to be in a certain age, I want her to have a certain experience, or maybe I need 5 years experience, or maybe more or less. When you go through a resume, you have maybe 30 seconds to do it. But online, when you sort it, you even save this time, and you can shortlist, as Vanessa said, what you actually want. So you find what fits for your business, you find the right employee for your business, which allow you and your department to move slightly more efficient when you find the right fit, the right candidate. So this is how, and we spoke with a few employers in the last couple of weeks, and sometimes we hear their frustration because it's so much resume coming to the tables.
Even when they don't put out an ad, their resume is coming.
Constantly. Flow of resume coming in, they've been told.
Now, I think one of the things that we have seen very common in Belize is that sometimes there's an ad put out for a vacancy, and employers pretty much have someone in mind already. In other words, they're doing due diligence. How do you ensure that once something is put out on your site, that it is legitimately an opportunity for candidates to be able to seek?
Oh, simple.
Well, when an ad is published, it comes with a link, and basically each and every candidate can apply online. So that ad will automatically get a response that there's someone who has applied, a candidate who has applied, or X amount of candidates who have applied to that job. And so, that adds for a little bit of transparency to see that, okay, in your account settings, you can see that this ad that you've put out has had 50 views, or has had 20 people apply. And that's where HR would go into play and start choosing. So it kind of puts it out there. It does put it out there to the public to know that, well, this job is available, and it shows you who all has applied.
Now, I saw some of your packages that you had advertised, and one of them was a CV package.
Yes, CV/resume package, yes.
And this is very important because we know there are many people who still don't know quite how to put together a CV or a resume. Is it any different online in terms of how you'd be putting it together? The difference with when I send in an official cover letter and a resume is, you know, I have to write something. People may skim through the first paragraph, skim through the resume. Is it going to be different when it comes to the online format in terms of how you present yourself?
Actually, just one correction. The CV packages that you just saw on the screen are actually different. Those are for the employers. That's for them to access. That's if they have not put out a job vacancy ad, but they would like to see what the job market is like, what types of candidates are out there. They would just like to receive and review CVs or resumes. But we do have what you called build a resume on the candidate section
Okay.
of the website. And I think that's what you're referring to. And basically, yes.
Is it
if you
different?
don't, it is, well, it is different. You have, as a candidate, you have an option to either submit your resume or your portfolio if you have one already. But for people who don't, you can build one. And basically, it is, you don't think it up yourself. It's a questionnaire. And it's very detailed, and it asks you things about yourself. What are your skills? And actually, there's a meter where by each skill that you fill out, or as much experience as you have, or past jobs, it shows you your level of skills. So it gives you an idea of how employable
Nice.
your resume is, how appealing you will be to an employer.
Yeah. Now, we've seen websites locally that have sought to do essentially what you were doing. It's it's really matching employer and employees. How is Employme different?
Employme is basically a large platform that try to meet all the requirements from employers, employees, even charity organizations to come together, to have one language. With everybody on the same page, everybody see what is out there. For instance, for a candidate, you see a nice ad that you want, you see something that's appealing to you, you can contact the employer directly from the website. You want to shoot a question, so you basically can say, hey, I have a question, I'm such and such, I want to see if it's working. The employer will receive your basically your question, can answer it immediately. One, it's more for connecting between candidates and employers. We understand the needs to find a job. We understand how important it is. We understand that it's so much potential we have here in our country, because it's developing so fast. This interactive tool is to allow everybody to come around the table and find what's best for them.
And as they also shared with me before, that this tool is a help me yourself. So you can help yourself as an employer, and instead of having a medium, you can go directly, as Mr. Elad mentioned.
Yeah.
And it's also in process of, they're still doing research and doing interviews with other employers to see what is their needs, and they can build on what's presently in the system.
Any unique needs that you found for the Belizean market in terms of putting together your website? No?
Not as yet.
Not as yet, yeah.
Because what we're trying to do is a level playing field for everybody. So the need, it's depend on the industry, what we have in the country. A lot of us, as we know, we have a big sector of tourism, we have a big sector of retail, and the country is growing. We have a lot of call centers. The moment people find the right jobs, I think the turnover of employees will reduce, which means will allow people to stay more consistent, to grow, and I hope the companies will grow as well. That's the idea.
So that's unique in itself, because we have different sectors that are growing in comparison to other countries, and on their site you'll be able to sort out based on qualification, experiences, and per the sector that you're looking for.
So some of the features, though, that the employers that we have met with that they love is that it's virtually paperless.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of printing that needs to be done, no mail, postage, or anything like that. It's all done online. They have the option of downloading the resumes or printing them out if they so choose.
Okay.
But they don't have to receive, like we say in the mail, that stack of resumes anymore. So it's virtually paperless. It's a lot easier. As an employer, you don't even have to leave your desk to post an ad. You don't have to run down to the newspaper and get things together or something like that. You can just do it with a few clicks and you're on. And it's also efficient and quick. You don't have to wait for the newspaper to come out on Friday or Tuesday. It gets posted instantly. Granted, it's approved and it's appropriate. And people start applying.
And job seekers will check continuously, so.
Yes, and that's another feature that we have both for employers and for job candidates. We have notifications. So you can get a notification when a new job ad is posted, or as an employer, you also can get a a notification when someone has applied, a candidate has applied to your job posting.
Now, let me just ask, in today's age, there's so many websites, so many social media platforms. You mentioned, Elda, the option of linking to your LinkedIn, for example, which is kind of like your own resume online already. How much have you used the integration of your own social media into, or do you recommend that to the people who will be seeking jobs?
First of all, yes, I would recommend to give as much information as you can to the employer to make his life easier to do the due diligence on the candidate. If I'm looking for a job, the idea is to give the employer as much as I can to allow him to understand that if I fit for the right role or not. That's what the best way to do. And yes, LinkedIn is basically an online resume. It's for connecting everything. But in LinkedIn, you can choose what you actually put up there, and you can, twist it a bit.
Dress it up.
Yeah, same as you do with your Facebook, same as you do with everything.
But with Employme?
With Employme, you have to put your resume at the end of the day because people need to understand who you are.
Yeah.
What do you do? And the employer wants to make sure that he's getting the best person.
Yeah, yeah. And to list the skills that they will need to know as potential employers. So Yorshabell, obviously, as part of the membership work that takes place with the chamber, you're coordinating with Employme a special mixer. Tell us about that.
Yes, we call it a business Connex because we're connecting the company and their new service to our membership. It's similar to a business mixer setting. This is something that we do, a service that we offered, a company-specific service. So if you have a new service or product, you can approach us to organize something like that for you. So this evening, we'll be having the Business Connex, 5:30 at the Radisson. And it's an informal networking event. Businesses, employers, HRs, business owners, you're all welcome to come. There's no charge to come. And this is just a teaser, so the presentation should be more detailed. Bring your business cards and network, and there's a small social at the end.
Yeah. How simple is it going to be to use? Because if I'm a qualified person, years of experience, and maybe I don't dabble too much in social media, I do the basic emails. Can I still be able to sign up to look for a new job opportunity on Employme?
Definitely. One of the main goals when we conceived this idea and we started thinking of designing the website was that it has to be user-friendly.
Yeah.
And we've been testing it out, and so far the feedbacks that we've gotten is that yes, it's very user-friendly. So it's going to be very easy for just about any and everybody to use.
Yeah. Now, you seem to have been doing a great deal of research with your employer base. Have you been speaking to job seekers as to what they're looking for, some of the challenges that they have?
Yes, definitely.
Yes, we have.
Integrating with our friends, social circles to understand, to get a feedback. How do you feel when you put a website, when you put your resume on the website? How do you feel when you go the entire way of not uploading your resume, actually doing it on the website? And so we're getting good feedback so far. The idea is to be open for feedback. And the moment you tell us something, you know what, I want this feature or I need it, I think it will be more appealing to our company or myself as a candidate. It's very simple. We will go back to our developer and try to meet the criteria to meet the market. Because at the end of the day, it's for Belize, for Belizean, to understand what they need. Small star at the bottom. Our developer is Belizean. We use the Belizean developer basically, so we call it it's 100% Belizean brewed.
Fantastic.
Yeah, which is very important that a person that actually create the website, he is local Belizean that understand.
This is for the Belizean market.
Yeah.
It's for the Belizean people, the country of Belize. So we wanted to have it as market specific as possible.
Okay, and the website is?
EmploymeBelize.com.
EmploymeBelize.com. There you go. That's what it would look like there. So you'd have a listing of the open vacancies as soon as you enter, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then you can search for specifically what you like, and go. Oh, you can even choose freelance, full-time, part-time.
Oh, yes, that's one thing we wanted to mention is that.
So you can post consultancies if you'd like.
Yes, and we don't want to lock out anybody because we also know that there are a lot of volunteer groups,
Yeah.
NGOs, and different organizations like that. So we also have a volunteer section. You might not be looking for a job, a paid job, but you'd like to volunteer, or you have certain charities or organizations that are looking for people to assist, and they also can do postings, and we're going to be working along with them as well.
Excellent.
It will be free for charities and volunteer at all time to post an ad.
Okay, and it's live already? People can go online already?
Yes,
You
they can
live?
sign up. They can
And these
sign
are
up.
real postings already that people
We
are
put
looking
it for example, just to show you how
We have
how
some
you can do
samples
it.
of what they look like.
Okay.
And so in the next upcoming weeks, that's what we're going to be working on, is having as many job candidates to sign up and start using it and posting their resumes and things like that, as well as engaging with the employers to start posting ads.
Well, you never know. By tonight, you might have some postings to put up, right?
Yes, we have some in line already.
Well, so just as a reminder, it's this
Yeah.
evening, 5:30 at the Radisson. It's free to come, and so that you could come and you could sign up.
Yeah.
The more employers we have sign up to it, then the more engagement and networking and
That's
finding
right.
the right people.
That's right. So if one of your members has a vacancy currently, they can bring it maybe on a flash drive.
Simple.
Get ready to email it.
They can do it themselves.
All right, great. So it's at the Radisson tonight. You can find out more about Employme Belize and the services that they're offering. Thank you so much for being here and for giving us a bit of the background on this particular venture, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you, Yorshabell, as well.
Thank you too.
We're going to go ahead and take our final break. When we come back, we'll have our wrap-up, so stay tuned.